let's all give Dr. Westbrook and the Sound and the Fury another round of applause. Well, happy Purple Thursday, Tarleton family, and welcome to the 2023 State of the University Address. I'm Credence Baker, Vice President of University Strategy and Chief of Staff to President Hurley. At this time, I ask all who are able to please rise for the posting of the colors and the singing of the national anthem. Please be seated. Let's all thank the Tarleton State Corps of Cadets Color Guard, as well as Dr. Robertson and the Tarleton State Choir for being here with us today. Good job, y'all. Good job. Great job. Every day at Tarleton State is a great day to be a Texan, especially Purple Thursdays. This long-standing tradition of ours reminds us each week of our shared purpose in being here, the people and the place that we serve, and the passion we all have to bleed purple. Today, we celebrate your hard work and support and the many milestones from the last year that continue to propel our university forward for the next 125 years. Before we get started, I would like to recognize several special guests that we're honored to have joining us today. To start, please help me give a warm welcome to our First Lady, Mrs. Kendall Hurley. We're also honored to have Texas Ag Commissioner and Tarleton alum Sid Miller here with us today. Also joining us today is Texas A&M System Office of Government Relations Assistant Vice Chancellor, Mr. Jordan Smith. We're thankful to also have Erath County Judge, Mr. Brandon Huckabee, in attendance. Would all of the members of the Stephenville City Council joining us today please stand? And please help me welcome the president of Texas Health Harris Methodist Hospital, Stephenville, Claudia Eisman. We're blessed to have with us Tarleton Foundation Board members Randy Hines, Reggie Underwood, and Theron Talley. Also in attendance is Mr. Ed Gonzalez of our Tarleton Alumni Association Board. And we would be remiss if we didn't give a warm welcome to some of Tarleton State's dedicated supporters in attendance today, Carrie and Jim Ed Hill. Gary and Betty Key. Dr. Joe Cood. Bob and Darla Doty. And the legendary Dr. Dwayne Mayfield. Finally, please help me recognize our exceptional leadership team. Would the members of the Tarleton State Executive Cabinet and Deans please stand? And now, to bring greetings on behalf of the Tarleton State student body and to introduce President Hurley, please welcome our student body Vice President, Ms. Emma Belimovich, to the podium.
Good morning, Tarleton State faculty, staff, administration, and friends. It is an honor to be here today to help tell the story of why what you do each and every day makes a difference in the lives of Tarleton students. As student body vice president, I have the chance to witness this firsthand as I work alongside our SGA to represent our fellow Texans. I can tell you that our president and first lady, Dr. and Mrs. Hurley, have one true focus here at Tarleton: our success. They attend almost every student event, cheering us on, opening up their home to us, and encouraging us to achieve our goals. They, along with our faculty and staff, inspire us to do better, be better, and show the world how great it is to be a Tarleton Texan. Together, we're witnessing history in the making as Tarleton State continues to prove that this purple won't fade. Let's take a look as some of our students share about the great things that are taking place at our incredible university.
In the spirit of John Tarleton,
the gates are always open at Tarleton State University.
We embrace dreams
and find innovative ways to make the world a better place. When challenged to achieve excellence,
we rise to the occasion.
It's why, for the past 125 years, providing an affordable, first-class education has reigned supreme.
And it's why continuing our tradition of excellence is our future for the next 125 years and beyond.
Academic and research excellence.
Texans are scholars and innovators who build a prosperous future.
With 129 academic degree options, we are prepared to meet workforce needs. Since the start of 2019, 31 new market-responsive programs have been added.
As a result of one of those programs, criminal justice graduate Dr. Mark Brown became the first PhD recipient in university history at summer commencement. And that's only just the beginning.
To continue expanding access to higher education, first and second year courses across 24 undergraduate programs are now offered at our Fort Worth campus. Additionally, more than 3,100 students from Texas high schools are participating in Tarleton today.
Investment in research has reached record levels, exceeding $23 million in 2023. Over the last 5 years, the university has nearly doubled its research expenditures.
Following the grand opening of the new Research and Economic Development Building, the groundbreaking discoveries are only just beginning.
Achieving excellence.
at Tarleton State, we're soaring because of our people.
Inspired by special history and traditions, Texans form a community where ambitions are high and opportunities endless.
In enrollment, records are being shattered. Approximately 18,000 students are enrolled as of fall 2024, including over 3,000 in the class of 2028.
All corners of the state, U.S., and world are represented on Tarleton campuses. Students come from 228 Texas counties to attend the university. Others hail from 48 states and 40 countries.
Nearly 50% of Texans are the first in their family to attend college. And of the 300 students who attended a study abroad trip in 2024, an impressive 40% were first-gen students.
By getting involved in exploring new areas, Texans can take what is learned in the classroom and beyond and use it in real-world applications.
From the time they step foot on campus, students experience unwavering support in their pursuit of achieving excellence. It's a Tarleton tradition.
Building excellence.
Excellence is being built right before our eyes.
While we grow in numbers, our physical footprint follows. The $80 million Health Professions Building positions the university to be the educational epicenter for healthcare in the region and beyond.
Scheduled to open in 2025, the 148,000 square foot event center will provide a significant economic boost to the city and region.
To support student success, a 24/7 space is in the process of being added to the Dick Smith Library.
Around 1,000 beds will also be welcomed to the Stephenville campus following project completion of a new residence hall, which is currently in the design phase.
A new parking garage offers hundreds of additional spaces for students and employees. By next spring, a Buffalo Wild Wings and the Texans campus store are scheduled to be added to the first level.
Our progress makes it clear. As special as the last 125 years have been, the best is yet to come.
National excellence.
A statue on campus of John Tarleton reminds all who pass of the legacy left behind by a man with determination and a dream.
Tarleton Texans are Olympians and national champions. We are life-saving surgeons and researchers aiming to make the world a better place.
Our national prominence is growing, and we're just getting started. In athletics, following a successful 4-year NCAA Division I reclassification process, the Texans are here and ready to fight for championships. Tarleton State's football season opener on ESPN2 was one of 7 games chosen by the NCAA to air on national television as part of Week 0.
Rodeo won the 38th and 39th national championships for the program at the 2024 College National Finals Rodeo, and Connor Prince represented Tarleton State on the world stage, taking home silver for the USA in Olympic men's skeet shooting in France.
Former student Dr. O.H. Bud Frazier, one of the world's top surgeons, has performed over 1,200 heart transplants. Every day, the word is getting out. The spirit of Tarleton is ready for a national audience.
Supporting excellence.
The steadfast belief of our backers in our mission have never been stronger.
And engagement from our proud alumni at events like Homecoming and our first ever Alumni Duck Camp are proof that Texans are Texans for life. In April, we named our College of Business in honor of automotive industry legend Dr. Sam Pack. His generous gift was the largest in university history.
In a time where incredible growth defines us, the Texas A&M System Board of Regents and Chancellor John Sharp deserve significant credit for transforming our institution. Hundreds of millions of dollars in construction projects under Chancellor Sharp's leadership will leave a lasting legacy.
An increase in state appropriations to Tarleton State over the last two legislative bienniums serves as a clear statement that the university is critically important to Texas. That same support extends to philanthropy, which continues to set impressive standards.
2 years ahead of schedule in 2022, Tarleton shattered a $100 million goal, raising nearly $150 million to commemorate the 125th anniversary that we are celebrating this year.
The new goal is $250 million by 2030. Our supporters are behind us every step of the way.
Formed over 125 years of remarkable history, excellence defines Tarleton State.
It's rooted in everything that we do.
We are leaders in discovery, leadership, and service.
Our spirit is vibrant.
With Tarleton Texans at the ready, the future is bright.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage the 16th President of Tarleton State University, Dr. James Hurley.
Thank you, Emma. Madam Vice President, she did a great job filling in for the President, Gabe, who said he did not want to miss class. He had an important class, so that's student leadership. Thank you. And good morning. Happy Purple Thursday and happy 125th anniversary. What a great time to be a Texan. Thank you. Look at all this purple. You all got the memo today. It's awesome. I want to start like I do every single state of the university. I'd like for Coach Troy and Coach Gary, Coach Troy Robertson and Coach Gary Westbrook. I call these guys coaches because if you, like myself, are able to watch how much time and dedication they put into our students, it is incredible. We were talking backstage. We're not sure if it's Hurley math, if it's nearly 300, or if it's Gary math over 300. But all small and large events, they're there. And they're always willing to step up and provide beautiful music to make Tarleton State a better place through music and through our performing and fine arts. And I'm so proud of what they do along with David and your entire team. And so if you would please join me in showing our appreciation for our outstanding. It matters. The performing and fine arts matters. And that's why this time last year, we announced $1 million each year for the next 3 years. The sound system's amazing. You're going to hear it really blow out as we leave here today. And part of that was because of the dedication that they put in and the needs for our students. And I say needs plural. It's more than just a sound system. It's more than just better acoustical panels. And let's change these UT burnt orange curtains to purple. I mean, let's start with that. But all the things we've talked about, we're doing because we believe in you. So thank you all so much. We love you and we appreciate you. And I would like for our 10 outstanding students that narrated that awesome video, 7 minutes and 11 seconds of absolute Tarleton State University excellence. With those 10 students, I know a couple had class. Provost Stearns, you should be proud of that again. Not only did our SGA president have to attend class, but we have a couple of our narrators. Would our student moderators, narrators, would you please stand up? Storytellers. Would you all stand up? There they are. Well, we got a few. Thank you all. And Tatum and Henry, you all please remain standing. They are your 2024, 2025 student directors this year for Duck Camp and New Student Orientation. Tatum, I heard a rumor that you're the first student to ever repeat as student director back-to-back years. So great job. We're really, really proud of you. So we have a lot to be thankful for. Think about the foundation of this institution. When John Tarleton passed in 1895, he left roughly, and again, you can Google and find a lot of different numbers. And unfortunately, in those days, we didn't keep great records. Roughly $100,000 plus property that would then be converted to cash or the use of the foundation of a preparatory and college for the youth of Erath County. So Lauren Gillespie and I were backstage, and we were fact-checking numbers, and that was roughly one report, 3.7 million today's equivalency of that 100,000. Another report generated 3.9. So Hurley math, Dr. Garza, that's roughly $4 million that we had to start this institution with some property. And think about how far we have been able to come. And the fact that this institution has been through the highs and lows just really illustrates the excellence of our people. And so that's what we're going to highlight right now. But first, I want to just recap really quickly what you saw on the video. Record enrollment, 5th consecutive year. We always have known that we're one of the best universities and colleges in America. In fact, we try to tell that story loudly and broadly. But if you don't believe us, ask Money Magazine, because they recognized us last year as one of the best colleges in the United States. We are also celebrating record-breaking fundraising, record-breaking research, and across all student metrics, we have exceeded record numbers. And so I'm really, really excited about what we're getting ready to share today. Now, the tough part about State University is you really are talking in kind of three phases, if you will. We're talking about last year's numbers. So a lot of the numbers that you will see those numbers compared to even back to 2022, 23, because we don't have new census numbers. You will also hear us talk about current budgets and current enrollment. And then you'll also hear me talk about the future, what's next for this great institution. The reason we're able to celebrate these successes, the reason we're one of the top 5 fastest growing public comprehensive universities in the nation, is because of our people. And so I want to celebrate our people right now. Now, I'm sure you can see your name. This is a snapshot. This represents 252 new Texans. These are new faculty and staff members that have joined our Texan family from the State of the University last year. Now, some of you, I've seen some names on here, and you've only been here roughly a year, but it feels like you've been here a long time. And I'm sure it feels like you've been here for a long time, because time flies when you're having fun. If you're one of these names, or you can't see your name, but you are certain that you arrived after last year's State of the University, would you please stand and allow us to say welcome to the Tarleton Texan family? Come on. Yeah, here we go. Thank you. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. And before I go any further, I would be remiss if I didn't thank our Corps of Cadets for also making our campus a better place. The Color Guard. Would we have representation? I know we have representation, representatives of our Corps, our Color Guard. David, I know you're somewhere back here. He was wrapping up with our Color Guard. Would you all stand up and allow us to say thank you for being? We're going to talk more about you. We're going to talk more about you, but thank you for being the pride of this university. We're thankful for you. So we took a small sample. Some of these individuals are research. Some grants are student success, ag, etc. We just took a collection. Some are brand new grants, and in fact, a couple brand new faculty and staff members to the institution. These are just, again, a small sampling. We try to be very diverse in our selection. So I would like for, if Ed and Jean and Amber, Jenny, Janali, Angela, and Janice, would you all please stand if you're here? I hope you're here, and allow us to say thank you for making our university a better place through your exceptional research. Don't be modest. Stand up. Thank you. Thank you. We also have some individuals that I want to recognize in terms of being excellent and going above and beyond and standing out for certain reasons. So this past commencement ceremony, we granted our first PhD in criminal justice. And we're really, really proud. This has been a program that we started at our Fort Worth campus. And our first recipient was very fitting, Dr. Mark Brown. And I've texted with Mark a couple times. He's really excited to be a Tarleton Texan. But more importantly, Mark served our country for over 25 years in various capacities. In his latest role, he served as a special agent to the federal government. And so Mark's not here, but I know he's watching via Zoom and livecast. So would we give Mark a big hand and just say congratulations, well done. Our next recipient, Dr. Rachel Capua. We know her, and her faculty and staff know her on her Fort Worth and her Waco and her Rellis campus as Dr. Cap. Dr. Cap is an emerging star. She was named as one of the top 27 newsmakers, people that are making a difference in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex just a few months ago by the Dallas Business Journal. And let me tell you, she is making an impact. Our reach into Waco in particular and into Fort Worth is extraordinary. We have been the public university serving Fort Worth for nearly 50 years. If you think back to Dr. Lamar Johansson's vision of creating a medical lab sciences program there. So all of these universities that suddenly come into join TCU and Tarleton State University in Fort Worth, we say welcome. We've been here a long time. And we're very proud of what we're doing there. And Dr. Cap is leading the charge for us. So Dr. Cap, would you please stand and allow us to say, well done, congratulations. You may or may not have heard, we got a national championship caliber top. I've seen rankings from all the way from 12 to 14 this week. We got a really good football program this year, but more importantly, we got a great football coach. And in the inaugural United Athletic Conference season, Coach Todd Witten, our football coach, was named Coach of the Year. And so, Coach Witten, is he here? I'm not sure, is he here? Coach, there we are, Coach. I want to be very specific why I wanted to recognize Coach Witten. And we do believe we have the best football coach in the country. But here's why it's important for you all to hear this. Coach Witten made this presentation to a group of supporters and donors a few months ago. Steve Urias, our new vice president for athletics, and I were sitting there. And we just kind of looked at each other and said, wow. We hear it and we know it. We see it on a report, right, Vice President Urias? But to hear a head football coach talk about the importance of his young men walking that stage, 100%. So we've been in a 4-year transition where our players and coaches have not been eligible for national championships. But for the last 4 years, when a player started with Coach Witten's program, when they entered as a freshman, and whether they transferred in, during that period, 100%, during our Division I reclassification, 100% of Coach Witten's players walked the stage and earned at least 1 degree. He has one of the highest APR among football programs in the country. and his guys go to class. And I appreciate that, and I know our faculty and staff appreciate that, and I know our provost appreciates that. So, Coach Witten, we appreciate the things and all the winning, and we know you're going to win us a national championship this year. That's given. But we're more proud of what you're doing with these young men in the classroom and in the labs and out in the community. So thank you once again for what you do. And among faculty and staff, we have a legend. Dr. Ted Ford is celebrating 50 years of academic excellence and dedicated service to this institution. 50 years. So I would like Dr. Ford to stand up and allow us to say thank you, Dr. Ford. No, come on, stand up. That's too fast. Dr. Ford. Dr. Ford is a legend in the FFA world. I watch, and I have the opportunity. He invites me to come over and speak every year. We have various activities where we bring teens of thousands throughout the year of young people onto our campus to learn more about agriculture and water and photosynthesis and all the things that are really, really important in modern age colleges of ag. But the relationships he establishes with those that graduated and they're out now leading these schools, it's incredible. They adore Ted Ford. And the students. And so, Dr. Ford, I just want to say thank you for your relentless service to this institution. Thank you for your steadfast. You could have went to a lot of places over the years and you stayed here. So thank you for making Tarleton State a better place. I was going to make a joke that you and John Tarleton established a great university, but I'm not going to do that, Dr. Ford, because we don't have time for that, but thank you. And last but not least, we were captured by the Paris Olympics, not just because of the pageantry of the Olympics, but because we had a Texan competing. And I remember that Saturday morning. It was early, and I had an iPad going. I had a little laptop. We were ensuring that we could keep track of Connor because with different presentations or different networks, they would skip in and out of different events. And we were able to watch Connor compete. And for the longest time, he was in first place and he was winning the gold. And it really came down to the end. But think about how special it is for Connor Prince, a senior in our Mayfield College of Engineering. Dr. Mayfield, that has to make you feel good. Won the silver medal in the Paris Olympics. And in fact, Connor did the coin toss. He was Coach Witten's special guest this weekend at our home game. And we were standing out with Connor, and I said, Connor, Coach just told me something. We've won the coin toss every single game this year. He said, oh, I wish you wouldn't have told me that. He said, so we flipped the coin. We won again, the coin toss. And Connor walked off. He said, I was more nervous about the coin toss than I was shooting in the Olympics. That's when you know you got a good Texan. So Connor's watching. Let's give him a big hand for all that he does. So we talk about fulfilling the mission, and the reason I wanted to kind of the segue between Connor and this, it's important to recognize as an institution, we meet students where they are. We're meeting communities where they are. We're meeting leaders where they are. And Connor has often said, if you listen to any of his videos around his balance of being a college student and his Olympic dream, Connor will tell you that had it not been for the ability to have a hybrid curriculum, meaning most of his curriculum was online. When he could be here face-to-face, he was. Most of it was online because he was chasing his dream. And had we not had that opportunity in our Mayfield College of Engineering, Connor would have taken an opportunity somewhere else. And so I want to talk about access, opportunity, and affordability. Now, we're going to go through these slides really quickly because much of this information you've already watched. Record-breaking enrollment. We are providing access at a record pace. I think it's important for you to see these numbers. So I just heard one of my colleagues report that over the last 5 years, the state of Texas has grown by about 6.5% in terms of high school graduates. Now, we also know that that number over the next 10 to 15 years will start looking very differently. In fact, the national enrollment cliff is real. It's coming. But we have outpaced every single number in the state. The state of Texas is growing. We're blessed to be in the state of Texas. Tarleton State University, we're blessed to have a campus in the fastest growing metropolitan city in the United States, Fort Worth, and the fact that we're less than an hour and 10 minutes outside of the fastest growing and our main campus of Fort Worth. So being in Texas matters, and it provides opportunities that a lot of other states, but look at what we're doing. If you look at these two rankings here, this is what's really exciting. Among all Texas public universities, and again, back to we can only use the 22-23 data because we don't have the fall 24 census data certified yet. So we don't know what the 23-24. But Javier Garza has assured me that these numbers are going to be pretty consistent. We're going to be 1 or 2 once again next year. The state average growth was 2% during this period. We grew by 18%. From 2019, and I only hold myself and our team accountable for when I arrived. I don't believe it's fair to a group of faculty members or at my executive cabinet to be held accountable for things that happened before or after. And so we look at 2019, we've had growth of 26%. The state average was 3%. So we're doing extraordinary things in terms of getting students across the finish line faster. And at this time, I'd like Dr. Javier Garza, our Vice President for Enrollment Management, to stand and say, Javier, thank you and your team. Javier will quickly tell you that it's his team. That's what makes him a great leader, and it is, but it takes great leadership. We shared this with our parents this weekend at Parent Weekend when I did kind of a mini State of the University for our parents. They were the most excited about this statistic. Once again, we rank 1 in Texas among all public universities. When our students either graduate, they're either employed immediately within the first 6 months, or they enroll in a graduate program. We also grew by 0.5%, which is statistically relevant. That's a 0.3 says you're doing really, really well. 0.5, you're doing excellent. We're at roughly 85%, and we're 1. So you think about all the public universities in Texas. Now, I'm not going to list all the lesser institutions. We're 1. That says a lot about the commitment to opportunity after our students walk that stage. And so all of you, faculty and staff, we should be very proud of this. Very, very proud of this. Supporting our veterans. This is something that Dr. Ben and her team have worked extremely hard on ensuring that our vets, post-service, or even when they have a break in service, that they have a seamless opportunity to continue or start their college pursuits. This is really, really exciting. This year, we were named a military-friendly, that's a national designation and a national entity. They are the gold standard. They establish who is military-friendly and who is not. You look at this, and I know Sid Miller is proud of this. We accomplished our silver badge status. Typically, what happens is universities have to get in the queue. We got in the queue last year. You start off in the queue for 2-3 years, and then you work your way to bronze. Then you work your way to Connor Prince status, silver. And then you work your way to gold. It is extraordinary that the efforts that Dr. Ben and her team, and you can look at all the activities. These are just a few. She sent over like an epistle of activities, 3 pages worth of stuff that they've been doing. I'm so proud of this, and I'm so proud to know that we have a division and a group of individuals. So Dr. Ben, would you please stand? And we want to just, on behalf of your team, we want to say thank you. Now, addressing affordability, it's really, this is something we've been focused on for the last 5 years. And you can look at these numbers. These are all from 2019. This is extraordinary. You look at, we're roughly $25 million in scholarships were awarded last year. And I can assure you that number is significantly higher this year. And so you look at these numbers, 40% of our students are receiving foundation-funded scholarships. That means our philanthropic dollars and our donors and our supporters are stepping up to give money to reduce the cost of a Tarleton degree. 56% of our students are receiving more state aid. That's because of the extraordinary work of our financial aid office ensuring that our students know what's available to them. 186% of our students, an increase, are receiving institutional aid. We're making a commitment. We're using our strategic initiative dollars to ensure that our students have lower debt. And that's that last number. This is the only one I want to see go down. 9% fewer students. Now, we can do better. We've got to do better. But 9% is we're making a difference. That means fewer students are walking the stage with unsurmountable debt when they enter the workforce. Addressing affordability. So here are some new announcements we're making. These are exciting. The first is what we're calling our 125th guarantee. So starting this year, any student that graduates with their bachelor's degree inside their 4-year window, we're going to give them $1,000. So when they walk the stage and they graduated, I see some fist bumps already. You're in the pool? Good. Good. Dr. Powell said, Dr. Hurley, we have 230 students that are eligible, seniors, that will be eligible for this, and you are grandfathered in, so to speak. So this isn't just for the class of 2028. This is for any Texan. The reason we came up with $1,000 is, if you think about it, it's $125 per semester. And that equates to the $1,000, and that's how we came up with it. There's no other way to come up with a rough $1,000. I want to double that. I want to continue to grow that pot of money and we're going to ask donors to step up this year on Giving Day to help us increase that number. Tarleton State, we're going to make a commitment to cover every single entry-level certification exam. The fees for some of these students are out. Yeah. Nursing. In particular, nursing, education, we have so many, social work, we have so many different programs. For some of our students, especially when they're at the end of their journey, let me assure you, as a first-generation poverty product myself, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 for one exam is daunting. It is unattainable. They're having to take out personal loans for that amount. Shame on us. We are not going to allow our students to have that burden and then them have to wait and get a part-time job to save money for the next 3 months so they can take their exam. We got to be better. In higher education, we have to be better. And as an institution, we have to be better. That's on us. That's on us. And so Dr. Powell, our new vice president for business affairs, his first task was to find money for these two initiatives. I said, Dr. Powell, I'm announcing these. You find the money. And he did. Because we're using, again, our strategic funds on our faculty and staff, more importantly, our students, instead of building monuments to ourselves. So, Dr. Powell, thank you for doing that. This last program we're really excited about, this is the Accelerated Master's Program, the 4+1. This is the new program that I'm so proud of Provost Stearns and our academic deans, but more importantly, I'm proud of our department heads because they do the heavy lifting. I was a former department head. I know the hardest job in administration. It's department head. They were able to quickly figure out how we can create seamless matriculated pathways. So when our students walk that stage, every single Texan has a guaranteed admission to at least one college and one academic program, a master's program. This is what we call our fifth-year program. Many of us that went to school a long time ago, these were called the old fifth-year programs. Now we call them 4+1, and we have other fancy names. But basically, this means you can get a baccalaureate and master's degree in 5 years. In our first year, just this fall, we had close to, 230 plus numbers Dr. Mathis, I think I heard that. He's shaking his head yes. Okay, we're close. Are we close on that number? All right, the head's yes. So the number I heard was 230. That's extraordinary. All right, academic excellence. Back to our faculty and faculty leadership. 35 new academic programs have been approved since 2019. And if you look at this, I'm not going to read all these, but through 2028, you can see the list. We're meeting the marketplace needs and demands where they are. And that's really, really important. Our 8th academic college, we're really excited about this. Now, I've already heard that Dean Simon, Commandant Simon, I still call him Dean Simon, is thinking about some type of name change. But as for now, it is the Leadership and Military College. And what this it continues to do is align our mission of becoming the 7th senior military college in the country. We have a rich military heritage and commitment to our vets and commitment to our country here at Tarleton State. And this is a natural pathway, a glide path to ensuring that we stand above those other institutions. So Dean Simon, would you and your leadership team, would you all please stand and allow us to say thank you for your leadership? Thank you. This is good. This has been 4 years in the making. 4 years in the making, and I'm really proud of what they're doing. And if you didn't know, our Corps of Cadets, they have their very own energy drink. It's called Boom Energy. I do not drink caffeine. My staff will not allow me to have caffeine, as you know. But they tell me it is incredible. It's berry lemonade, and they're super excited about it. And if you want to try one of those, go at it. Student support. I'm going to go quickly through these. You see, we are meeting the food insecurity issue that hampers every single college campus. We had the 8th largest fraternity and sorority, Greek life program, if you will, in the country. I'm sorry, in the state. We want to be in the country. But we're not the 8th largest university in Texas. But yet we had the 8th largest program. And the last person I'm really proud of, we were able to convince Dr. Matt Maruska to leave his practice, come to Tarleton State University, and serve as our very first chief medical officer. Very few, yeah. Dr. Maruska, would you stand? Thing I love about Dr. Maruska is it's both health and wellness. Now, I don't have to tell you how important mental health and mental wellness is to our students, to you, to all of us. But when we had our first conversation, he said, I'm not just focused on making Tarleton physically healthier. I want to ensure that we also address the mental, because he's also a dad, and he has a son that's here at Tarleton State, and so it means something to him. He's also working very hard to help garner more investment into our wellness center, and our goal is to have a full-blown university health center where it is more accessible for faculty, staff, and students. And he's got some big plans, and we're working through that. He is very, very, very expensive, but he is very, very, very good. So thank you, Dr. Maruska. Research, innovation, Dr. Iyer and economic development. She and her team have done an incredible job. They continue. Look, I mean, I love this. This is incredible. And can I stop here just a second? I should have recognized this group in the beginning. Everyone that helped put this presentation together, would you all please stand? Joey, the whole team, Nate. Thank you all. It's little fun things like this, like, yeah, we're doing really well. We're on fire. Dr. Iyer, will you stand? Thank you. I saw Dr. Iyer. Thank you for your leadership. We appreciate you. It is driving our economy, and we are making a difference. Financial strength, employee investment. You already know we had a donor that stepped up that offered, once again, the athletics and performing arts, the free tickets for your families, and then Kendall and I will once again cover those children that are under the age of 16. And all of you have taken advantage. We saw a record number of faculty and staff members attend athletic events, but more importantly, we saw a record number of families, faculty and staff attend or performing in fine arts events. And you know who appreciated it? These guys and gals on this stage. So continue to take advantage of that. That's a great opportunity. If anything, support these young people that are working so hard. Salaries and wages, once again, we increased over 5.6% over 2023. We had the merit increase, one of few institutions in the state that have had 4 consecutive years of that. In 2024, we had 108 employees that received roughly $250,000 from the new Professional Development Fund. This is a fund we established out of the President's office last year to support our deans, but also the non-academic units for professional development. We're going to continue to do that this year, so please continue to take advantage of that. And during the spring listening tour, I heard you loud and clear. We have to address some issues in HR, and you were not wrong. One of the findings that came out of our feasibility study and through the listening session is our faculty and staff, they wanted an autonomous HR office. And so we have launched the search for the new vice president for this division. People in culture, we're shifting that name back to HR. No one wanted that more than our HR staff. So the reason I share this is it is important that we meet our employees' needs. It's not just once onboarding. It's once you get here, you have a lot of other needs throughout the year, and throughout the years that pop up. And so we need to be mindful of those, and we're going to address those. And also this year, last year I think we went to Fossil Rim. Before that I think it was Dinosaur Valley. This year, this coming soon, in the next week or so, we're ironing out the details. We're going to provide a free Fort Worth Zoo day for our faculty and staff. So that's a really good opportunity for you to celebrate your families. So this is a brand new initiative that we're launching. Back to Dr. Powell. Welcome to Tarleton. We're going to ensure that every single employee that's working toward a master's degree, we're going to pay for that degree for our faculty and staff. And so this is a big deal. The reason this is important is because the system, Chancellor John Sharp and our Board of Regents, they strategically invested their money 2 years ago to start a program that paid for any doctoral degree, either at our university or any of the 11 universities in the system. So if you're one of these individuals that's working towards your master's degree starting this spring, we will cover the tuition and fees of that program. Part of that is we want to be able to attract exceptional talent, and we want to keep the exceptional talent we have. Our faculty have done an incredible job over the last few years of identifying eagles. You remember we talked about this 3 years ago, a grow your own program. Part of growing your own program is to ensure that we keep the cost down for those individuals. Budget highlights, 609, that's the comprehensive, that's capital and operating. That's the largest in school history. In fact, that number's doubled since 2019. You can see here, I always show where the money kind of goes and where it's coming from. I want to share this really quickly. So roughly $317 million of revenue budget. It's important for me to remind you of a couple things. If you look at the percent, that's over 70% of our revenue still comes from 3 major forms. First and foremost, our students. That's why we always have to remain student-centric. If you look at that percent, 34%, that's tuition and fees. That's net. State appropriations, second largest number, 26%. It's important to have and maintain positive relationships with the legislature. Dr. Baker and I will head back to Austin on roughly January 6th, and we'll be there for the 140-day session. Justin, let's not go beyond 140 days with special sessions, but we're going to advocate to get more state funds. Now, you've seen that number. We increased by 43.6% over the last 2 bienniums. That's among the top 3 public universities in Texas. And our message is really simple when we're there. We tell the Tarleton story. We tell of all the great things about the high number of first-gen students and the high number of Pell eligible. Nearly 40% of our students are Pell recipients. That means their income is roughly $30,000. That number varies based upon family numbers, and other factors, and they're trying to navigate a college degree. That's extraordinary. But our message to our legislators is simple. We're doing more with the investment that you give us. And we're really nice about it. We don't ask for all the money. We just want most of the money, right? Because we think we deserve most of the money. Student financial assistance, 13%. That's federal and state. Predominantly federal, back to that 40% Pell number. That's really, really important. And so when you hear of our federal legislators starting to talk about Pell as an entitlement, it's not an entitlement. It's an investment. Pell is not an entitlement, it's an investment. And then you see the other various forms, roughly 17% in sales and service. That's why it's important for us to continue to be able to garner record-setting $20 million gifts like that of Sam Pack to create the College of Business. Those are money, that's money and revenue beyond what you just saw. That was the largest in our history last year. And the reason it's important to have more Sam Packs, and you saw this announcement, we publicly launched during our 125th year celebration the campaign for Tarleton State titled Always Texan. And it's so fitting because it aligns with our 125 years. We are going to ensure that the next 125 years has been as excellent as the previous 125 years. So we doubled that 125 and said we're going to raise $250 million by 2030. Now, we've been in the silent phase for about a year, and we're well on pace to meet that goal. In fact, we'll exceed that goal by 2030. But it's because we have an incredible amount of momentum. The wind is at our back as an institution. Very few institutions can say that across the country right now. And we know we're blessed, and we got to capitalize on it because it takes money to ensure that this remains relevant, national prominence. It takes money to ensure that our national championship rodeo team remains national championship caliber. We just won you saw in the video, our 38th and 39th national championship. We've won more championships than any Division I institution in the country. And we're really proud. You see Gus, he was our Saddle Bronc national champ. Our men won the title last year. Our women were runner-up. And no pressure on Coach Mark Eakin, but we're going to win women and men this year because we're already won and both of those leading the year. NCAA championship ready, back to that national prominence. You can look and see what we have been able to accomplish during that 4-year reclassification process. No institution has had a faster climb in terms of athletic and academic success in their intercollegiate athletics program. And you look, we won the baseball championship, or basketball we're runners up, and the men, and then our tennis has been excellent, but all of our sports are excellent. Our football team, we're the only football program during a 4-year reclassification process in Texas to have 4 consecutive winning seasons. In fact, there have only been 3 in the nation. North Dakota State, I think it was Central Arkansas, and Tarleton State. That's incredible. But what I'm more proud of is our APR. We had back-to-back record-setting APR during our reclassification. So Steve Uris is our new vice president for athletics. Steve came to us from West Virginia University. He has served at Nebraska, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, West Virginia, and he's now leading our athletic program. So Steve, would you stand and allow us to say welcome to Texas and welcome to Tarleton State University. I should say welcome back to Texas. He and Margie lived here for a long time and worked out at an institution out west, Texas, and now they're here, and we're glad they're here. Here's what happens when you talk about the athletic success, and you've heard me say many times, athletics will never be the most important component of a higher educational institution. In fact, it ranks pretty low. But it is the most visible, and we all have to accept that, and we realize that. And when you play these notable games, you get these types of results. Our Week 0 game, for example, saw 275,000 people learn more about Tarleton State. And you can see during that game, 88,000 people Googled, what is a Tarleton? Tarleton. They don't even know how to say it. Drives me crazy. Drop the E, it's Tarleton. You're in Texas. 260%. Look at that. That's incredible. 260% increase on that day in traffic alone on just our athletics website. And it's translating to sales and merchandise so they can help offset their expenses on their own. Facility enhancements. I don't have to tell you we've got construction going on campus. You can see it. We can hear it. It has created natural migration disruptions. I get it. I'm excited to announce that their grand opening, I hope you can join us on October 22nd. That's coming up here in a couple weeks. We will open Building 2, what we call IPE building on our Fort Worth campus. That is an incredible academic facility. The event center is flying up. I'm excited about the library expansion because for the last few years, we've heard our students beg for 24/7, 365-day access. Highest internet usage rate, I was told last year, was like from 11, Zach's in here somewhere, it's like 11 p.m. to like 2 a.m. So they're doing something on the internet. So we need study space. We need more study space. We need more study space. Parking garage has made a big difference, plus the single surface lots. And then our students are uber excited about the Buffalo Wild Wings. You see the construction going on. That's what's taking place. And then we're going to relocate the Texan campus bookstore to that storefront because Dr. Ortega needs more space over, and Mama T and her team and Dr. Ben, they need more space in the Student Center for commuter landing space. And so we're really excited about this. This project, by the way, it started from Mama T. She came to me and said, Dr. Hurley, we need a larger venue, not for athletic events. We need a larger venue for concerts and she wants to provide a monthly concert series for not only our students, but also the community. And so the magic number was we had to get to that 10,000. And so our basketball seating and volleyball and all those other things, it's around 8,000, but concert style, conventions, commencements, etc., will be north of 10,000. And that was that magic number. Planned capital projects. So in the 89th session, we have asked in CCAP funding for $100 million for a new agricultural building on our main campus, and also $100 million for Building 2. We're one of, I think, maybe the only institution in the state that is allowed to ask for 2 exceptional CCAP items because of our growth in Fort Worth. And the legislature sees the importance in the investment. This is important. Our DNA at Tarleton State, we all know, is ag. That's John Tarleton left his life's fortune to create an institution that can teach, better teach, mentor, grow, enhance agriculture and agricultural leaders. And the facility they're in now, they've outgrown it. And so we need a new facility so we can continue to grow our PhD programs and research. It's important that our College of Ag stays vibrant. We are trying to feed over 8 billion people in this world with less water, with more concrete, with less photosynthesis. So it's really, really important that Dr. Lambert and his staff and his faculty have a facility where we can be leading and on the cutting edge of preserving water and creating photosynthesis that allows us to feed more people. It's not just about land and herd management. It's much more than that as a College of Ag in this day and age. And then we are under design, and we'll soon break ground on our 1,000-bed unit, Regents Hall, out by Integrity. So we're really excited about that. All right, I want to spend the last few minutes, and we're wrapping up. And this is the most important kind of segment for me in terms of what the future looks like for this institution. It's addressing healthcare disparities. You've heard me talk about it for the last 4 years. And I know Claudia Eisman's here, and she is an outstanding partner. She is our CEO of the Stephenville Hospital. And when she arrived, we met very early, probably within her first week. And she said, you know what, Dr. Hurley, we've got to be better. THR has to be better locally. And I said, Claudia, we have to be better as an institution. And we started our relationship off knowing that both of us had a commitment to be better. We have a heart, meaning this institution, THR, we have a heart to address the needs of our people We've been excellent in a lot of areas. But this is one where we've got to step up and we've got to do more. On April 18, 2004, Governor Abbott, this was perfect timing, he created what's called a task force. He commissioned the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board to create a task force. Now read this. We put these in lavender bold on my screen, but they're bolded in white for you. To create a task force, well, first I want to go back immediately. Create a task force to provide opportunities and remove barriers that exist to expand healthcare programs at institutions and provide students with the tools necessary in these fields. This is a passion of our governor. He understands he has the fastest growing state in the country, and we have the largest need. So how are we currently impacting Texas? You can see the programs that we have in place. And I want to stop here and I want to say something about nursing. All of you know that we had some bumps in the road dating back to COVID with our nursing program. Dr. Ramona Parker came in as our dean. She assembled an incredible group of leadership and faculty. And just this past month, we had a record-setting score of 96% first-time pass rate. So I would like for our nursing faculty to stand up. What our nursing faculty, I know we have nursing. I know I see nursing. I thought I saw some more. Thank you all. Dr. Parker, is she here? Is Ramona here? There you are. Okay, hey. Thank you. Thank you for stepping up and ensuring that these students are successful. And so all the rhetoric around nursing, that goes away because of the leadership. But look at these programs, incredible growth. And we're really excited about the new programs, our OT, PT, CRNA, PA. We got leadership in place. They're exceptional. We will be enrolling our first cohorts within the next year. And we're really, really excited about that. But what else can we do? What else can we do? And so you look at the physician shortage across the great state and the country. Texas ranks 47th in overall patient to physician ratio. Now look at these numbers. So the number of physicians per 10,000 persons in rural areas, 13. Urban, 31. That's still, again, keep in mind, we're 47th. And then you look at the number of specialists per 100,000. That number becomes even greater. Only 30 in rural, 263 in urban. The issue for Texas is metropolitan is becoming more urban and urban is becoming more rural because of the growth. And so the reason that Governor Abbott is rightly concerned about addressing the needs in the rural and urban areas is because of the growth. 10 years from now, we'll have fewer urban areas. And so the population is going to continue to grow, but yet the production of primary care physicians will continue to shrink. And that 47th, if we don't do something, we're going to become 50. And no Texan wants to be last. So milestones. What are we going to do? We believe, and I'll start with this and then I'll go back. Our commitment is to create the Tarleton State University College of Osteopathic Medicine. We believe that we're the institution that can address this. This is our timeline. This is not going to be easy. I've been there, done this. It's difficult. This is just the starting point. In fact, I'm not standing here today saying that we are starting it. We're starting the process because the process is arduous and it is hard and it is difficult. But we are committed to seeing this through. So we are now in what's called the feasibility stage. Our Board of Regents and Chancellor John Sharp unanimously supported this and gave us the go-ahead and the support to start the feasibility. And more importantly, we're in the hiring process of our planning dean. And that planning dean will spend the next year ensuring that we have all the documents in place for economic impact study and all those things leading up to we've got to garner $25 million in an exceptional item from our legislature to ensure that this is sustainable. One of the things that I made a commitment to all of you, when we start new programs, we're not going to pull from a particular college to support another college. We're going to create new revenue streams to ensure that those colleges stand on their own. And you can see we're off to the races. This is going to be a game changer, not only for this university, but for the region we serve, but more importantly, now that we're a state comprehensive university, no longer a regional comprehensive university, the state. And our commitment is this. We are deeply committed to helping address the healthcare disparities in the state of Texas. And our commitment is we're going to produce osteopathic primary care physicians, just like Matt Maruska. And this is going to be really, really exciting. And if you look at this, yeah. We have a big old hole in the heart of Texas. And I believe we are the right institution to fill that hole. Now, that Tarleton, Texan's a little big. But if you think about and you go back, you look at this entire swath, that's all rural. That's unmet need. You think about areas that a lot of other institutions aren't going, we'll go. And we'll meet that need. Because here's what I know. This worked for us in the university, at the University of Pikeville. If you recruit them from the mountains, you train them in the mountains, they'll stay in the mountains. Now they have one of the greatest osteopathic programs and schools in the country. I believe if we recruit students from rural Texas, we train them in rural Texas, they'll stay in rural Texas, and we can help meet those needs. I believe that. I believe that. And so I just want to close, and Kendall and I want to say thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your commitment to this incredible place we all call Tarleton. We have so much momentum, but we also have so much potential ahead of us. And it's imperative that over the next 125 years that each of us ensures that we leave this place better than we found it. We may not always agree on every single aspect, you with me and me with you. That's okay. That's what makes higher ed so beautiful. But what we have to ensure and what we have to strive every single day is that every single decision that we make is in the best interest of our students. Because I believe that if our students are successful, that means our faculty and our staff and our incredible alumni. Our alumni love this institution more than any institution I've ever been associated with. Our Board of Regents, our Chancellor, our legislators, our governor, everybody wins when our students win. And that's what I love so much about the mission of our institution. It's always been anchored on student success. And so from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for your commitment and your love and your steadfast passion to ensuring that we have the most special institution in all of higher ed. Yeah, so thank you. Happy Purple Thursday. Happy 125th year. Continue on with a great year, and may you forever bleed purple. Godspeed.
Thank you, President Hurley, for your leadership and for continuing to propel our university forward. As we conclude, would everyone please stand for the singing of the color song? Thank you all so much for being here today and for everything you do for Tarleton State and our students. On your way out, please enjoy the brand new state-of-the-art sound system here in the Clyde H. Wells Auditorium. We also have refreshments and 125 years of excellence memorabilia, including those coveted lapel pins in the lobby. Have a great Purple Thursday.